Shot Curry 1 2 3.
Shit, ding ding. Good.
I watched
Wow,
this
scam down.
shit.
Don't you wanna play that one down? Okay, if I put a virus in your
Wow,
phone,
very
feel like I did too much. Feel like I did too much. I said you gotta wanna hit that bro.
Wow, very
What do they? Ding a hong ding a hong ding.
Wait, hold up 1 second. One last time, for old time's sake.
Wow, very cool.
So throughout this whole thing, I'm going to try to be as real and vulnerable as possible. So the first thing I want to say is thank you. Thank you to everyone that reached out to me, asking if I was okay. And during this tough time in my life, I definitely needed it. So very much appreciated. Thank you so much. So when I was younger, I got bullied for being brown quite often. And I'm sure a lot of you can relate to that. And it was because I was different. And on multiple occasions, I asked my parents, how can I be white? Why am I not white? Because, you know, I was surrounded by white people and I went to all white school. And it was so bad to the point where literally I liked this side of my hand more than this side because it was like lighter, you know, more like the white people's like skin. And yeah, and it was a really bad time. But and also I did a lot of self-deprecation and you know, like making fun of myself so then I could like fit in with the other kids, so then I could, you know, have friends because I didn't know how else to do it. So I think that was the cause of the videos that you saw by the guy you knew as Kid Curry. I made these videos for a long year and a half, and one night when I was, you know, making a video, I was making a parody, I think. This dude hit my DMs and he said, "You gotta cut these Indian jokes out." And I was like, wait, hold up, like that's like my brand. And I completely fought at first. I was like, there's no way I can't just stop doing what I do because, you know, everybody loves me for that. That's how I'm known on the app. That's how I'm known on YouTube, TikTok, and everything. So it's like, how can I just stop doing all this? Because that's what I'm known for. But he really made a compelling argument, and I think he really opened my eyes, and I'm really glad that he had that conversation with me. And he knows who he is. Thank you. So that night, I just kept thinking, and then like a week went by, and I just kept thinking like what I should do and how should I go from here. And I just realized that I think I had to make that one big leap, that leap of faith, and just delete everything and stop doing these videos. So me doing those Indian stereotype videos, it subconsciously normalized it for people that are not educated on South Asian culture or young people. And it made it real for them. But brown people are so much more than that. Indian, Pakistani, Nepali, Bengali, and everyone in between. We're a strong group of people and we shouldn't allow this disrespect to come at us anymore. So on that note, I want to apologize. I want to apologize for everything I did to you guys. And I showed you guys in such a negative light, and I'm really sorry, but I assure you that I've learned from this, and that I'm slowly learning to, you know, appreciate my culture more and love myself. And to show that I truly changed, I deleted every single video that I've ever made on the internet. And to show that it's not about the clout shit. I don't care about the clout shit. That's such a temporary thing. What really matters is the message that you're spreading to people. What are they gonna walk away with when they finish watching that video? Like, what's your impact on them? So on that note, I want to promote the message of brown excellence. So brown excellence to me means that you're proud and aware and respectful to your culture, but at the same time, an individual and not afraid of being yourself. There's so much excellence in the world and of the brown community, but because of the societal standards and standards we put on ourselves, we can't be that word excellent. And we are always like seen as the jokes and the blunt end of everything and just not taken seriously. And a great example of this is this dude, the Jeff dude. I'm sure you guys have seen him on TikTok. And no shade or disrespect to him because he does his thing, he has his numbers, and I'm sure I'll let him do his thing, I'm not gonna judge. But at the same time, if he wasn't brown and if he didn't have the accent and if he just was white and he was saying the same exact jokes, same execution and everything, I don't think he'd be as funny. I don't think people would be as attracted as they are now, if that makes sense. Like, I'm not throwing shade or disrespect to anything, but that's just facts. That's just 100% facts, and I know it. So I believe we have to step up. And I'm not saying you have to stop making brown content, but I'm just saying we have to have that like balance of being respectful to your culture and at the same time being an individual and showing that we're not just brown, that you are yourself and you are talented and you can do great things in this world, and we just have to show it. And right now we are definitely not showing that. Our community is completely pathetic. Drama left, right, and center. We have people still thinking that the Chuppel and the auntie WhatsApp groups are still funny, and that that we can just use our culture for clout, which is completely pathetic. The hashtag India, hashtag brown, like, has that not bugged anybody? Am I the only one that gets bugged by that? And I'm not gonna act like I didn't do that either. But I'm just trying to show you guys that like, nobody will be able to realize that without anybody speaking out on it. And I have experience, and I've made that mistake. So I want people to, you know, be aware and show awareness that you're literally using your culture and your race for clout. And it's like, I mean, you do you. I'm not gonna judge you forever. I mean, it's your life, but I'm just think about what you're doing there. Just think about it. I just want to see more people stepping up for us and showing like a positive light of us. Like, and, you know, embody that idea of brown excellence. I don't see that happening very often at all. So another message I want to spread is, you know, living up to your dreams. And I know everyone wants to live up to their dreams, but, you know, especially with brown people and being a brown person myself, the cultural and parental pressures is tough because, you know, that stereotype of being a doctor or being a lawyer or being an engineer is a reality for a lot of us because our parents want us to be stable, which makes sense. But like, you mean, you may be stable financially, but are you stable mentally? And I just want to be a beacon of hope for people that, like, you can do whatever you want to do in this life and that you live only one life, and, you know, you may be stable, but, you know, when you die that one day, are you content with what you did in your life? Are you content with being stable? Did you have your legacy that you wanted all of these years of living? And it's like, all that kind of stuff pains me that we just can't live up to those kind of, you know, those dreams. That their approval can only mean so much. The day that they're not there for you anymore and they're completely gone, you're only left with yourself, and now that you're stuck in a position that you don't want to be in, what are you gonna do? Like, now you're stuck. And I just want to, like, make sure that everyone knows that you can be whatever you want to be. You can be whatever your heart desires, but I just want to see individuality, people being themselves, and I feel like there's such a lack of that in our community especially. I swear that, like, we are literally embracing stereotypes rather than breaking them. The mentality that you can make a certain joke because you're that race, I feel like that's such a terrible mentality, and it doesn't make sense if you really think about it. And I know people be using stereotypes just for clout, and I know it, because I did it too. And once you get that 15 minutes of fame, and it wears out, and then you're just kind of stuck there with, like, a number, and then you're like, what did I just do? Was it really worth it? You're gonna realize how much you messed up. And trust me, I feel an enormous amount of guilt for doing what I did, but I've learned a lot from it, and I'm glad that I've went through that experience. But I don't want any of you else to do that same thing, because it's not worth it. Trust me, it is not worth it. And I swear, everything goes back to being, like, the clout. Everything goes back to clout, and it's such a sad reality that we live in, that, like, everything revolves around clout, in that, I mean, being famous. But at the end of the day, you know, numbers can be there, but what's your effect on people? I think that's more important. What you give, what you lay on the table, and how are you helping people in, like, you know, you may have, like, weird content, but, you know, you might have some sort of message behind it, or you might have, you know, you're making people's days. And when you have numbers, but you're doing it in such a negative and, like, hateful way, it's like, I can't follow that kind of, that I just don't mess with that. But just remember that numbers are temporary, but your effect on people is forever. So I hope everyone understands where I'm coming from. I'm not trying to throw shade or hate towards anybody. I'm just trying to, you know, shed a new light on something that people are not, you know, ready to have conversations on, because these are all conversations I feel like we need to have. But this is not the end. This is just a new chapter. Not just for me, for you as well. You know, keep in mind what I just said, the idea of brown excellence and the clout chasing activity that we've been doing just needs to stop. We just need to reevaluate and realize and just be self-aware of what you're doing, at least. And if this is goodbye, you know, it's been a good run. Thank you for everything that you've taught me and everything that you've done. All your support and love has kept me going through that year and a half of content creating. And, you know, it's a new leaf, new chapter for me. Thank you for everything. I love you, and I'm forever in your debt for showing support. And goodbye. But if you're still riding with me, I'm forever in your debt for even listening to this, and it means so much to me that you even care about what I have to say, and that influence that I have on people, it just means so much, and such a goal, such like an aspiration in my life that I can help and influence people in a positive way. So thank you so much for allowing me to do that. I love you all. Thank you, and goodbye.